Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. I have decided to start a couple of minutes early just to let people file in because I know that we want to start on time and I don't want to waste time by waiting for people to join. So I kind of letting people join 2 minutes before. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to see you here. Let me know in chat that you can see me and hear me, most important things, and that everything's working for you. And I would love for you to let us know in chat, where are you coming in from today? Where are you in the world? Thank you, Chris. Where are you in the world, everyone? Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, David. David is from Belfast. So note, everyone, when you are writing in chat, it would be awesome to make sure that when it's in chat itself, where it says to, that it says everyone in blue. So we have Adam, who's from Ontario. We have Stephanie from Michigan. We have Chris from Chicago. Claudio from Italy. We're in Italy. We just got back from Bologna. Loved it. Taryn, who is from Bangalore. Amazing. Great weather. Yeah, so hi, Andrew from the UK and Alex from Munich. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to have you all here. So excited to be teaching this workshop. It's one of my favorite ones. Hi, Sahil from India. We have Roger from Mallorca. Wow, cool. Which is awesome. Really excited to see everyone. Thank you so much for logging in, Michael from USA. Sahil, isn't it like 10:30 where you are right now? PM? That's dedication. Good for you. 9:30 p.m. Still dedication. Still a lot. I'm still very late to show up for a webinar, so well done. So yeah, welcome everyone. Super excited for this webinar. Today, I'm going to dive into everything about funnels. And I want to give you a proven process that you can actually use, no fluff, I just want to get to the point, right? And give you stuff that you can use. So a couple of points for you to help you have a great experience today. The webinar is going to run for about an hour. You can't see her, but Christine is in the background and she's going to be helping me today filter through chat. So the best way to get any question answered is to throw it into the Q&A button. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see there's a Q&A sign with those little 2 chat boxes. Put your questions in there. That way we won't miss them. And at the end of the webinar, Christine will send those questions to me and I'll answer them all. So that's great. And Christine will also be able to answer questions on the go if you have them in chat itself. And I'll be asking all sorts of different questions, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as we go. So please let me know in chat what you're thinking. Yeah, that's it. I am super excited to get started. I'm going to share my screen right now to answer the most asked question in the world. This webinar is recorded and I will send a recording afterwards. So no worries about that. And now, let's see, we have flies in the room. All right, let me share my screen. So, sharing screen. Okay, hopefully everyone can see my screen now. I cannot see chat because if I get into chat, I lose my process and the way I'm thinking. So Christine will be monitoring that. And if you guys have any questions or if you have any comments, then Christine will let me know. Let's get started. How to create a 4-step high converting funnel that generates more impact and income for your efforts. So quick note, how to actually get the most, of this training. So number one, phone on silent and minimize browsers and reduce the noise. Just before everyone joined here, I actually turned off my phone, and I also did basically close down all my browsers, because I don't know about how you are, but if there's browsers open in the background, I am just looking at them all the time. So you've taken an hour for yourself and you've decided to learn something new. So enjoy it, turn everything off and make the most of it. Number two, participate in chat. So make sure, as I mentioned before, that messages are sent to everyone, so that we can all see them. And Christine will be here to answer any questions you have on the go, and collecting all your questions for the end so I can answer them, and taking notes. And lastly, of course, take notes and ask questions, because the best part, I think, happens at the end of the webinar, when you get to ask very specific questions and get your answers, and just get my eyes on your work, or just my brain, or anyone else in chat that has something to, I don't know, contribute is the word. I'm excited. Okay, so let's talk about this webinar. This training really is for you if you are one of these people. So you're either just getting started, maybe you're trying to figure out how to get leads, or you've read all the blog posts, you've followed all the experts, but you don't know where to start, or how to put the different pieces together, or what pieces even are, relevant, trying to piece kind of tips together and best practices together, but you're still stuck with no funnel at all. Perhaps because you're just getting started, you're not confident in your marketing skills, you don't feel techy enough, you don't believe you can write copy or design, or even design a landing page, which basically all results in a lot of doubt, blank Google Docs, and no funnel at all. I've definitely been there. Maybe you think that to build a funnel, you need a photo shoot, or a 10-person team, or a full stack of products, I don't know, to get started. Maybe that's holding you back. So maybe this is you, or maybe you have a funnel in place right now, but something's broken and you're not sure what. So this may, maybe it even includes emails and landing pages and lead magnets, and you have maybe even Facebook ads, but something isn't quite working and you can't put your finger on it. Maybe you've spent hours, weeks, or even months putting this funnel together, trying to piecemeal it from different, blog posts and I guess best practices and tips, but you can't figure out what's not working and what's broken. Maybe you've even tried copying your competitors and making changes to the funnel that you see all the other people are recommending that you do and getting results. You may have tried even dozens of complicated tools that promise they are the one step it, set it up, one system, don't worry, and it's done, and they never are, which is also like spending a ton of money on something that you don't actually need. Maybe you've even hired experts and taken a ton of courses, I don't know, downloaded all the templates, and still stuck wondering what the heck is going on with your funnel. So I know, because I've been there before, and that actually is exactly what happened to Julie, one of my students. She could definitely relate to that. So in the past, she said, I only started my business about 2 years ago, and while I was doing all right, I always felt that there was something missing, some key piece of information or process that was keeping me from being profitable. Beforehand, I had a million lead magnets that didn't lead anywhere. My calls to action were confusing. I didn't know what to focus on to turn my growing list of leads into actual customers. So really let me know in chat if you can relate to where Julie was. What can you relate, and where are you? Are you person number one? Are you just getting started, or do you have a funnel that you're trying to fix? What are you showing up for today? Is it to fix a broken funnel, or is it to create a funnel from scratch? Let me know. I'd love to know in chat. that would be great. So Sahil says he's showing up to create a funnel. Rio, love the name, says fixing a funnel, really enhance it and kick butt. Stephanie says fix a broken funnel, funnels. Taryn says create a funnel from scratch. Jen says create a funnel from scratch. Tammy says create a funnel from scratch. Adi says fixing a funnel. Matthew says brand new funnel. We have Vidisha, who says create a funnel. Mia, who's saying creating funnel. Adam says new funnel. So we're kind of 50-50. I think there's a lot of people who are showing up to create a funnel from scratch, which is perfect. And also Natalia. And we also have a lot of people that are trying to fix their funnel, which is great. And you're right, Sahil, there are funnels for different stages of awareness and leads and sales. And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. So this training is also for you if you know what's broken, but you're not sure how to fix it. And that to me is probably the biggest issue when it comes to conversion optimization. You know what's broken, you know what's not working, but you just, for the life of you, cannot figure out what changes to make to actually fix it. So I've been building and optimizing funnels for my clients for many years now. But when I started, I made a ton of mistakes, and I'll mention some of them today, and I'll kind of walk you through how discouraged I felt. And I really did feel like I'm never going to get anywhere. And this is my job. So many times I wasn't sure how to go about it, how to optimize what to do. But these days I can put together a funnel for my clients or myself pretty confidently. The methodology that I've developed and follow has helped me increase leads for many brands like Teamwork, Thinkific, Sprout, Sprout Social, Mercedes, life coaches, and many different huge companies that I'm really proud to work with. But in the beginning, I didn't really know how to go about any of it. I clearly remember the days, sitting in front of my screen, trying to figure out what the heck was missing from my landing page to get more leads and turn them into sales, which is also like a big thing. You don't just want leads, you want sales. And I was constantly second guessing myself and the words I was using. I didn't know. It was so exhausting. So today my goal is to give you all the tools and my exact step-by-step process that you need to set up an income engine that generates more leads and sales. So here's what we're talking about today. Let's dive in. We have 3 fundamental pieces that you need for a high converting funnel. My most profitable income engine. So this is the 4-step funnel that I use for my own business and my clients. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is and how I use it. 4 core questions you must be able to answer to create a funnel that your prospects will want to convert to. These are so important because if you want to know what to write on a page, what visuals to use, what images, and what the customer journey should look like, you need to know the answers to these 4 questions. And lastly, I'll walk you through the 6 most important rules that you need to follow to create a high converting income engine. These are the rules and the tips that most blogs, case studies, and amazing, guides just don't cover and don't share with you. And they're the key to automating leads and sales. So just to be clear, these have nothing to do with how big your call to action button needs to be, nothing to do with moving elements on the page. It's everything to do with crucial rules regarding Facebook ads, landing pages, follow-up methods, and how to make sure people actually open your email every single time, because that's crucial. And of course, as I mentioned in my emails, at the end of this workshop, I will also tell you about the exclusive training program, the Income Engine, that's starting today. We only open it once a year. I know people have been asking about this. So yes, the Income Engine is finally opening up for enrollment. It's taking me a ton of time to actually get this going. And it's, where you get to work with me privately on your funnel. And finally, I'll of course open up to questions. So if you've attended any of my live events before, you know that I love answering all the questions, and I will stay overtime, whatever's needed to answer everyone's questions and just, solve your challenges and help you as best as I can to drive more ROI for your business and whatever it is that you're doing. So I recommend staying till the end if you'd like to get my recommendations for your funnel. Okay. 3 fundamental pieces. Let's see, what's the time? Let's make sure. Okay, we're good. 3 fundamental pieces that you need for a high converting funnel. So ultimately, I've mentioned at the beginning, I kind of mentioned all the things you don't need for a funnel, right? Like you don't need a photo shoot. You don't need complicated tools. You don't need a marketing degree, that's for sure. You don't need huge budgets or an Illustrator course. What I really want to talk to you about is the really must-have items and pieces that you need to have in place to have a funnel that works all the time. And with these 3 fundamental pieces in place, you will have a far easier time understanding exactly what needs to go into your funnel, where it should start, where it should end, and what goes in between. Okay. Number 1, fundamental, know your audience. So maybe you're looking at the screen right now and you're like, wait, what? That's obvious. I know this, Talia. It really isn't. One of the most overlooked and underestimated elements of a high converting funnel is actually knowing your audience meaningfully. While this may sound straightforward or even redundant to some, which is actually the problem, I'm here to tell you that above all, knowing your audience meaningfully, and I'm not talking about age, geographical location, job title, or gender, it's the single most important factor that will determine the success or fail of your funnel. Without a doubt, hands down, if you take anything away from the webinar today, I hope it's this. It's the fundamental piece that stands between you and your revenue. And I'm saying this because this knowledge will 1000% determine what and how you sell services and products to your audience. So let me explain. 99%, and I'm doing this because I have 2 screens. So I'm doing, hey, look over there. 99% of the time, when I ask people what they sell or what service they have, they're offering, they describe the actual product or the service, like a watch, a financial consulting business. I'm a tour guide, or I have, I'm a healer, I'm a life coach. I do social media marketing. Thing is, that is not what you're selling at all. The biggest, most successful brands in the world know that this isn't what they're selling, but this is, okay? People buy better versions of themselves. No matter, what you're selling, it's about how your customers feel about themselves when they purchase your product, your offer, your solution. And it doesn't matter if you are B2B, B2C, B2D, if you're a life coach, or if you're the CMO of the biggest project management platform in the world. What matters to people is what they believe about themselves, meaning what is your solution going to do to them? What is the better version of themselves that they will buy? So a simple example is that an insurance policy isn't just a super long document that they're buying that you'll never read in your inbox and just have there. It's about buying peace of mind, knowing that you and your loved ones are covered. So you're not buying a piece of paper, you're buying peace of mind. So when I talk about knowing your audience, I'm not talking about their gender, as I said, or geographical location, or the browser that they're using. I'm talking about knowing your customer in a meaningful way that understands them as people, because it's not cash machines behind the screen, it's actual people who've come to your website to solve a problem. And what we need to do is understand them, what they're feeling right now before finding a solution, the challenges that they're facing at home, at work, and without a solution, how are they feeling? What are their desired outcomes? What are they trying to achieve? How, and most importantly, how do they want to feel after finding a solution? And what do they want to achieve? So essentially, what's solving this problem would mean for them. There are 4 core crucial pieces of information you need to know about your audience to create a high converting funnel. And I mentioned it. So again, not geographical location, not browser, not that kind of data, core information. What pain does your customer feel before finding a solution? What are the emotional triggers that drive their decision-making process? What are their hesitations and concerns, and how do they want to feel after finding a solution? If you can answer these questions, you'll know exactly what copy, design, you'll know what content should be on your landing page, and you'll never doubt yourself again, because you know that you'll be serving your prospects with what they care about. So you need to do customer surveys, interviews, visitor surveys, social listening, review mining, so much more. You need to go beyond the cold data and listen to the people. And I'll dive deeper into this today in a few minutes and give you some ideas to get started with this. The most amazing thing about these questions is, as I mentioned, is that once you answer them, you'll know exactly what to include in your funnel, and it makes it so much easier. So I just want to be crystal clear, without knowing your audience well, understanding them, who they are. It doesn't matter how much money you pour into a campaign. It doesn't matter how many experts you hire, hours you spend building the funnel or reading guides or best practices, you'll never get the results that you need for your business. And this is crucial. This knowledge really is what separates the successful brands and the ones that aren't. So while your competitors are scrambling for, to copy each other or reading blogs that just won't get them anywhere, if you do your research, you'll be way ahead of them, and you'll be able to just double your revenue. Knowing your audience well will also help with the next crucial element, because we said there's 3 crucial elements, right? Number 1, knowing your audience. Number 2, and this is, if you do this research, you'll know how to get this next piece, defining your one promise. So now that you've done your research and you have a better idea of who you're speaking to, it's time to figure out what you want to say to them. And this may seem obvious, but when creating your funnel, you first need to define a desirable promise for your audience, an irresistible promise that they care about and need. Again, this isn't the actual service that you're offering. This isn't coaching calls. It's the results that you provide, how they're going to feel about themselves. An irresistible promise that's crafted around your audience's desires shows your prospects that you know them, understand their goals and what they're hoping to achieve, and that you're the right person to actually help them achieve that. So I guess if you found yourself ever asking, what goes on, on a landing page, or what content should my email include, or, what should my ad say? You're not alone in that. This is the number 1 question that you need to answer before actually creating any page or any campaign. So try answering it, and it's not that easy, right? In the past, I found myself trying to figure it out for days on end. And because it's so confusing and most people are so worried about getting this wrong, they end up including way too many promises. Maybe you know this, maybe you can relate. The good news is that once you run meaningful customer research, which is, the first pillar that we spoke about, you'll know the pain that they want solving, and you'll be able to define your one big promise so clearly, so quickly, so easily. And once you define your big promise, you'll be able to turn any vague landing page or confusing messages, ads, or emails that you have into one irresistible, highly focused offer for your audience that will really help them cater, basically get a clear understanding of what it is that you're offering and take action on your page. So how do you define that one big promise? Well, you look at your customer research, you retrieve the biggest pains that they want to solve, meaning you pull out all the pains and the challenges, the unresolved problems that they want that they want solving, and write down how your solution solves this problem in a way that is about them. We'll get to that in a minute. And define your promise, a bold, powerful promise that their problem will be solved, that their pain will go away, that they will feel the certain outcome, and it will be amazing. And that is really what matters. So the final piece in this 3 steps, so the 3 crucial elements that you need, is an income engine. So I see someone's asking about what is a funnel. So an income engine is your funnel. And that is a few steps that will get you to turn prospects, visitors into a customer or a client or a sales. Now, bringing in leads is a crucial part of your job, whether if it's leads you want to turn into demo requests, students, clients who hire your services, your funnel is in charge of starting them out as leads and converting them into clients. And that means that your funnel's job is to help your prospects choose the solution that you're offering. And that ties directly into your income. So your funnel is your income engine. But as you may have noticed from your own experience, building funnels isn't simple. In the past, funnels felt so complicated to me. All I wanted to do is chuck it all out, crash on the couch, and drown my confused brain in a game or reread Harry Potter for like the 1000th time. Because as I mentioned, when I first started out, I really, it was just, I managed to cobble things together, I guess. But from things that I learned from experts, and I even made one of those fancy looking charts that you get with like flow charts on the funnels with all these amazing tools. But the thing about funnels is that they always seem like you have all the pieces in place, but they rarely are. So we throw money at like shiny objects, shiny software that's supposed to make it all super easy and straightforward, but it never is. And of course, a few $1,000s later, and let's be honest, tears and sweat, everything, like the funnel that you were trying to build is just not working, or it's broken, or something's missing. So the good news is that once you have those first two pieces, right, which is knowing your audience and the promise, you only have one more step to take, and that is setting up your income engine. And this will come actually a lot easier now that you have those two things in place. To simplify things, because I really hate complicated stuff, I'd like to introduce you to a very simple funnel. The income engine that I've set up for myself 1,000 times. It's helped me, it's helped me turn leads into sales. It's helped my students turn, random people on a landing page into actual clients. It's a simple 4-step funnel that you can use for any campaign, and it makes things so much simpler, and it immediately has an impact on your income. In fact, reminder, Julie, once Julie built her income engine with this framework I'm going to introduce you today, she went from 2 clients to 6. And most importantly, she had clarity. She had a repeatable system that she could use over and over again. So that's what we're going to break down right now, which is my most profitable income engine funnel. I use this funnel because over the years, it has never failed me. And that's not because I've never had a fail in terms of conversions. Of course, I've had times where it didn't convert, but this setup has never failed me because it's so easy that it's easy to also detect what's not working and then fix it. So actually, basically, this specific setup of a funnel is one that has never failed connecting with an audience, never failed moving people in each step towards the next one, and ultimately converting people. Now, I really have tried hundreds of types of funnels, and I still do use them sometimes. I'm not only using this, but without a doubt, whenever I need to put a funnel together, this is what it looks like. It has a Facebook ad, a landing page, a thank you page, which I'm going to talk about today a lot, and an email. And it's super, super important that we have these steps. So the first one is the Facebook ad, and that's, first touch point where you are engaging your prospect for the first time. You want to grab people's attention from their timeline and get them to pay attention to your ad, essentially reaching out to them while they're busy looking at cat videos and bringing their attention to something that they should care about. And that's not easy to do. This is an example of one of my most profitable funnels, and it all starts with a lead magnet for a complete guide to psychological triggers, which is something that I have. So this is the ad for it. Once they click on the ad, they go to the landing page. And this is where you establish your first real connection with your prospect. You show them that you understand them, you connect with them, you appeal to their pain and challenges and their struggles, and you show them that you can be the solution that they're looking for. And that's important. Step number 3 is the thank you page, which is probably the most underestimated part of a funnel I've ever seen. Everyone just kind of ends their funnel and kind of overlooks it, I guess. And I'll dive into this a lot more down the line, and I'll explain everything, but really in just a few minutes. But I'm going to show you today how thank you page can not only increase trust, but also drive more conversions right then and there. So that's kind of a very important part. And lastly, we have the email, the first email that people receive, which is delivering the actual promise. And, this is the first email that people get from you, and it's key to getting them to open up other emails when you send them. So this is a really simple breakdown of one of the most high converting funnels I have in my business, from the ad to the welcome email. Each part is really carefully planned and considered around my audience. And with it, I've driven more than 5,000 email subscribers in 1 year. I got 5 clients from it and a few hundred students for a different course of ours. So it's amazing. So let's talk about your income engine, your funnel. Many times funnels feel like a guessing game. You're not exactly sure what's going to work and what, why and how. So once you've kind of poured all of your heart and soul into the funnel, it's incredibly frustrating when it doesn't work. Sometimes it's the ad, sometimes it's the thank you page, oftentimes it's the landing page, and we'll talk about that today. Problem is, it's not that easy to tell why or what part of the funnel isn't working. And even when you do identify the problem in Google Analytics or the Facebook Ads Manager, you still have to figure out why this problem is happening and how to fix it. Now, over the years, I've committed some of the biggest, most crucial mistakes people make with their funnels, the ones that are like costing businesses tons of money, resources, and let's face it, their sanity. So today I want to help you skip all those mistakes, or be able to locate those mistakes if you're making them right now in your funnel. So some of you have told me today that you are trying to fix your funnel, then you'll be able to kind of identify, I'm making that mistake. And I want to break down the most important rules for creating your income engine. These rules, again, are not about the size of your call to action button or the color of your background. These are crucial rules no one tells us about, and I wish I knew about them when I started out, because it would have saved me hundreds of hours, tears, sweat, and frustration. Rule number 1, never, and I repeat, never, never, ever, ever, ever start a funnel without this research. It is so crucial. Really, this is the most underestimated part of a funnel creation, the step in building an income engine. It's just, people just skip this entirely without knowing what this research, basically not knowing that this research is the foundation of everything, and this is how they should create a funnel. Not conducting meaningful research and instead just diving into building your funnel is like putting up walls on your house and a roof without first building the foundations, like a ground, a floor, plumbing, electricity, all that stuff. It's just, by the time you put the roof on, the house is either completely unstable or it will collapse entirely, or it just won't work. So building an income engine or a funnel doesn't have to be complicated if you just do this right. That's why this step appears twice in this workshop. It's number 1 in the 3 things that matter most, and it's the biggest rule. If you are facing some of these challenges, like you're in a crowded market and you don't know how to stand out, or you're kind of feeling that you can't you can't do it yourself, you're not a copywriter, you're not a designer, all that kind of self-doubt. If you think you've tried it all and you've copied from the competitors and nothing's working, or you read all the blog posts and nothing's working, or you aren't sure where to start or what to include in your funnel or where to end it, Meaningful Customer Research can solve all of those problems right now. And it's something so basic. It's the key to more leads, more sales, and your income engine. When you know your customers truly, there will be no question marks. You will know exactly what information needs to be in each step of the funnel. So you won't need to copy from competitors or read those blog posts. Let me show you an example. This is Power Up Toys, and they have a brilliant product that allows you to control any paper airplane from your smartphone. Brilliant product. I love working with them. And they were launching a new product at the same time where they were actually trying to optimize their website. And the reason they contacted us is they were driving a lot of traffic to their website, but they weren't getting many conversions. All their sales were being done on Amazon, and they were trying to get more conversions on their actual website. Now, Power Up is part of a huge industry with some huge direct competitors, but also like any basically indirect competitors that are in the gift industry could be their competitor. And there's just a lot out there. When we did our research, we identified 3 key types of customers that love buying their product and why. But what we noticed is that because we did this research is that the website wasn't speaking to them all. It wasn't directing them to the products that they care about. People that were coming to the website couldn't even know that it was for them. So people that were not a good fit thought it was a good fit and were buying the products and were then disappointed. And people that were a good fit came to the website and was like, oh, this isn't for us, and left. It was doing all the wrong stuff. So really what we ended up doing is creating a new landing page for them for this product. Fold a paper airplane, add Power Up, control it with your phone. Since we've changed copy, we've optimized different things, but ultimately we went from what we had before to identifying the wants, the needs, desired outcomes of their target audience, discovering what content will persuade them and these customers to actually buy, and also show them that this product is for them, which is things that you can get out of the box really easily and start working on, or something that they can tinker about with for ages. And this was crucial because these were the 2 different types of customers and none of them were being served. So it was really cool because we worked on their landing pages and we worked on their homepage, product pages, catalog pages, email marketing, navigation. And just from this page, we got a 57% increase in overall conversion rate, 30% increase in transactions. And I think overall, we also had a lot more increases in sales, which is just amazing. But the great thing about this is that you can come up with these insights too by doing research like visitor surveys or customer surveys or customer interviews or social media listening. Each one of these can give you the insights that you need to create an income engine that delivers ROI and empowers you. Here's one question I would ask. So if you're thinking, okay, great, I'm sold, I would love to understand this more, Talia. Here's one question that I want you to ask your audience after our workshop today. And it's a very simple question. This is, you're reaching out to your clients or to your customers and you want to ask them, what was going on in your life that made you search for this solution? This is a great question because what's amazing about it is that it tells you their pains. What is the pain that led them to search for a solution? What was the thing that was standing in their way, that was blocking them? And they said, okay, I have to figure this out. Like, I have to buy this. I have to find a solution. What was that? And that helps it because then you can reflect that back to them in your copy and say, we know you've been feeling this. We know you've tried this. And now here's a solution that will actually work.
Sorry to cut you, Talia. Sorry to cut you. Somebody asking you to repeat the question.
yeah, what was going on in your life that made you search for this solution? So this in its own is a great question to ask. If you have time for another question, I would ask your customers and clients, if you could no longer use our solution, what would you miss the most? Hands down, they will not be asking, they will not be saying features, products, and stuff like that. They will talk about the actual value that they have. It's better than asking what you like most about us. Will you recommend us? And instead saying, if I took this from you, if you could no longer get on coaching calls with me, if you could no longer use our product or our software, what would you miss the most? Now, once you have your research put together, it's time to address rule number 2. And this one connects directly to your Facebook ads. Your ad must be connected to your prospect stage of awareness. People go through several stages within the customer journey before making a decision and converting. And most times I've seen that ads aren't connected to the right stage of the funnel. And when you create an ad that doesn't resonate for people, you're actually going to end up promising something people don't know that they need yet. And that means you're offering something they don't need and you're in their way. They're going to end up blocking you or getting annoyed at you, and they're just going to keep scrolling. If they don't know that they need your solution, then you're definitely using words and design and emotions and stories and creatives that just don't resonate with people and don't move people into action. If you're doing that, then you're alienating potential customers because you're basically saying, because you're using all these wrong words and you're using all these wrong creatives, then you're going to get targeting wrong, or you're going to get people just like saying, okay, even if when it is relevant, I'm not going to be using them because they're not relevant to me. So you must make sure that the ad that you're creating, if you're creating ads on Facebook, is connected to the stage of awareness that people are in. As an example, here's an ad that doesn't connect. It's an ad for animation software. And I only found out what this is through the hard way because I really had no idea what this was. First time I ever saw this ad, they're coming at me with 75% off, $67, normally $468, blah, 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 75% off, all this stuff. It's all about pricing. And I'm like, who are these people? Like, I don't even know who they are. And I wanted to know, afterwards I found out, okay, this is an ad for animation services for creating videos on your website. So, I mean, I would love you to tell me why I even need an animation video, because I'm not at that stage yet. I wasn't in the process of evaluating them or thinking about taking or creating an animation video. I needed someone to tell me that I need one. And you can bet that if this is happening to me, it's definitely happening to a lot of their prospects, and people are seeing this ad and it's just not relevant to them. And they're definitely not going to convert with them. And this happens so many times when a brand comes to us with an offer that just, pricing deals, all sorts of sales that just aren't relevant. This ad isn't going to work on me because, as I mentioned, first I need to see the ad and basically it tells me why the way I'm working right now isn't helpful, why the fact that I don't have animation, an animation video isn't working. And this is why your funnel exists. You start the journey off with a Facebook ad explaining the pain, and the next step in the funnel usually is the landing page. And that's where you can talk about pricing, or if that's what you're trying to sell, and include the price and the benefits and the features. But the whole job is the funnel is to move people from one stage in the journey to the next one seamlessly with no glitches. So to make this ad work, they would definitely need to tell me the story of like why my animation video is killing my conversions or why not having them is doing that. Now, this isn't to say that all ads can't sell or can't come at you for the first time with a sale. They can, but you just have to tell the story well, and you have to adapt your messaging to it. So Michael Hyatt does a great job at this. He first tells them the story of as an entrepreneur and his life and why he designed the planner and what stands behind it and why he's basically creating it. And only then does he say, now you can order your planner and there's a great deal and I'm inviting you to buy it, because he took time to understand who he's targeting and how that works. And then he sends them to the landing page, and that's where people buy. And he's connecting the stage of awareness. So I was ready to read that. I'm like, okay, this, yes, I feel this. I too feel like I need a planner. Okay, cool. Let's look at this and what he's built out of his own experience and buy it. So to make sure that your ads convert, you must make sure that when you're creating your ads, you know what stage of the journey your prospects are in and create ads for that stage. So to get started, I'd ask myself, is the promise you're making relevant to the people that you're targeting? Do the visuals, copy, and stories that you're using in your ads resonate with that stage? Are these prospects ready to move to the next stage? And that is super important, because you want to make sure that you're actually targeting people that can move to the landing page and are ready for that offer. Your ads have such an important job to do. They need to stand out in people's timelines. They need to grab people's attention and drive them to action, and do all this in one ad. So you need to make sure that you're not making this mistake that so many businesses are, and it really can help you a lot. So I would say this is the most important things when it comes to Facebook ads. Now that we've tackled ads, it's time to take a look at the most important part of the funnel, the landing page. And I have 2 rules that you need to follow to ensure that your landing pages are converting. Your landing page must solve your prospect's problem. So important. So hands down, the landing page is the most important. What is wrong with my voice today? Is the most important part of your funnel. It's where people truly connect with you. It's where people make a decision about your product and your offer. And often they do this within less than 3 seconds, and they will decide if they're going to give your solution a chance or not. So don't just create a landing page. Create a landing page that solves a problem. You don't need a general landing page that captures lots of irrelevant people. You need a landing page that captures and solves problems for your specific prospects. So many pages make this mistake. If you're not solving your prospect specific problem on the page, you're basically just throwing random words on the page and you're sounding like everyone else, and you're probably getting drowned in the sea of sameness of other landing pages. So if you don't show your prospects that you know their problems and show them how you can solve it for them on your landing page, you're almost never going to persuade them to take action. So let's take a look at an example of some of these companies. Let's do this. So this company says, we help companies design and launch world-class digital products and services. Okay, so they're saying this is what we do versus hassle-free design for enterprise teams, dedicated teams of top designers, fast turnarounds, reliable and affordable. These people are solving a problem. They're saying to you, if you're an enterprise team, we can help you solve the problem of having a dedicated team of designers, having fast turnarounds, because we all know that in enterprise, fast turnarounds just doesn't exist. And it's reliable and it's affordable. They took the time to actually solve a problem. Here's another one. Amaze your students with smarter worksheets. Create and share free interactive worksheets with your students online. Join Wiser community, share your work, and explore content made by fellow teachers. Cool. They're saying we do smart worksheets, but actually this is a client of ours, and we did some work on their funnel and we did the research, and we realized that, and this was happening during COVID, like the height of COVID. And we realized that these teachers who were trying to build worksheets were overworked, exhausted. They do not care about amazing their students or having interactive worksheets with their students online. They don't really care about the community right now. What they care about is being able to make it to their family dinner or be able to reduce their workload. And that's why we create unforgettable worksheets that grade themselves. Win your time back and end overwhelming and late night prep with fun, easy to make interactive worksheets students love. You don't have to do a redesign to solve your prospects' problems. Sometimes it's just about using words. It's about really diving into your prospects' problems and just solving them on the page. And it's so crucial to just understand your prospects' problems and actually solve them. So there's, as mentioned, no need for redesigns. We have a page that we did for Social Media Examiner where they have basically 5,000 words on their sales page. We did our research, we realized this wasn't working, and we added more copy about them. We decided to really just hone in on the specific problem that these people are having, and we're able to increase signups by 41% and sales by 15%. So ultimately, it's really about, solving that problem on the page. And it's what happens is that every single person that comes to your landing page is looking for a solution for their problem, right? No matter what it is, whether if it's something to wear at night or if it's something to use for communication tool with their team, everyone's trying to solve something. And whoever comes to your website or landing page needs that problem solved. And that kind of leads me to the next rule, which is your landing page has to be about your prospect, not you. So remember what I told you at the beginning. Most times when I ask my students or my clients why people buy from them, they give me a long list that really kind of consists of pricing, features, products, technology, and all that good stuff. And that's why we see landing pages that talk about themselves. We are one of the world's top digital product studios, or the smartest way to check your properties. But remember this, we're not buying this, we're not selling this, we're selling awesome people that can do rad shit, right? It's what I'm going to get, what I'm going to become, and that's what people care about. Let's show you an example. The #1 dog walking service in Washington. Contact us to book your dog's walk today. This is one landing page. So you're looking for a dog walking service, and this is about them. They're #1 dog walking service in Washington. Cool. But then you see another landing page, and it's stop worrying at work. We've got your puppy. We make sure your loved one gets daily exercises and a whole lot of love until you get home. Do you see the difference between saying we're #1 and making it about them? In order to create a page that converts, you have to make it about the customer. You have to make it about her pains, her desired outcomes, and that's the only way you will actually convert people. We did this recently with Teamwork. So Teamwork is a project management solution software, and they were saying what everyone else was saying: easy to use, you won't outgrow it, it's powerful, you can manage multiple complex stuff, it scales, all the stuff that all the other products are saying. We did our research and we decided to say, run your client work in the only platform that's actually built for it. Because what we did is we made it about the customers. We said, okay, their customers are people who are serving, their agencies, their consultants, their freelancers, the people that do client work. And the type of that work needs a different project management solution, someone that understands the thing that they do with if it's invoicing and billing and communicating with clients. And they built a product for that. So we made it about them specifically. And we spoke about solving in these bullet points, much longer copy, actually solving their problems. And we got a 21% increase in ICP signups. So when you make it about them and when you solve their problems, they will buy. So before creating your landing page, you need to know which problem your prospect is trying to solve. This, again, is going back to your research. Look at what people are asking you. Go into Facebook communities and look at the different discussions people are having there. Look at forums, look at articles, blog posts, look in Reddit. Look at Quora. What are the questions that people are asking? Go to your competitors' websites. Don't look at the actual website. Look at the reviews that they're getting, the testimonials. Understand people's true pain and the problems that they're trying to solve and their desired outcomes. Simply put, when you solve real problems, people are more likely to connect with you. People are more likely to trust you and convert. And then you want to write copy that focuses on solving those problems. You want to do this by creating valuable guides and checklists and webinars, or giving free consultations or PDFs. But it's not only that, just helping them solve one problem easily can really help you create a high converting funnel. And it really is what matters. If your landing page isn't built around the right message, one that resonates with your prospects, their challenges and their desired outcomes, and reflects that back in your copy, if they're not seeing it in your calls to action and your bullet points and your headlines and your social proof, it's not about them. They're just not going to convert. And you're going to be losing a huge chunk of people who should be converting on your page. So we've spoken about research, we've spoken about ads, we've spoken about landing pages. Next, let's talk about the next stage in a funnel, one that is critical for conversions, the thank you page. I mentioned this before, so many people overlook it. It's crazy. It's kind of like treated as once a person converts on a landing page, then they're done and that's it. And there's like a little pop-up that says thank you or check your email. But your thank you page, a whole page, so when someone converts, you actually have to show them a whole page that has two goals. Number one, helping them feel confident in the action they just took. And number two, asking them to take another action. It's psychological, okay? We have psychological triggers that actually mean that when we purchase something, when we take any kind of action, we need people to tell us that we did a good job. It's called choice supportive bias. It's a psychological trigger. We can't control it. We're people. Your job on the thank you page is to say, well done. You're on the way to achieving this and this and that. Now that you've done this, you're going to get there. Well done. Now take another action. And that's called foot in the door technique. Once someone has actually taken a step with you, an action with you, they're far more likely to take another. And that is super crucial for you to get more conversions. You can ask them to answer a survey. You can get them to share the action they just took on social media. You ask them to leave a review, add more details about themselves for a sales call, or ask them to read a blog post. We did this for one of our clients where this was the landing page where we wanted them to schedule a demo. And then afterwards, we asked them for more information about themselves, their team, what they're looking for, the time they want to actually book a call. And we got a 30% increase in sales. So really, really important is that once you're done creating your landing page, don't stop there. Don't create a pop-up. Actually create a thank you page. Strengthen the action that they took and say, well done, good job. This is what's happening. This is the result that you're going to achieve now that you've taken this action. Reinforce the great decision that they just made. Ask them to take an action. Tell them what to expect next. This is important. Like, I'm going to email you now. You're going to get the guide you just downloaded in your email. Give them clarity on what's coming next so that they can go and do it and expect it. Invite them to download something for free, a checklist, a tutorial, something that will provide them with value and further connect them to your brand. And that brings us all the way to the final rule, which is the follow-up. Over 82% of businesses, say that email marketing is the most effective channel for them when it comes to turning prospects into customers. If you're not following up with email, you're just losing so much money. Email is the most reliable channel that there is, but it looks like this for most people, and it is insane. And if you want to show up in people's inboxes and get people to actually open your emails and not delete you, because if I see my inbox looking like this, I just like to delete them all because I can't be bothered. I just can't. I delete a ton of emails without opening them because of overwhelm. So in order to actually stand out in someone's inbox and get them to convert, you need to deliver your promise. When someone decided to sign up to your email list, start a free trial, or download a guide from you, It's as if they made an initial promise to themselves and said, I believe that this business can help me achieve something. I'm refusing to let this challenge continue, and I've chosen to solve it now, and you're going to help me do it. If you don't actually follow up and say, here's how we're going to do this, and email them consistently, you're letting them down, and you're actually doing a disservice to your customers. Your job is to deliver that promise that they made to themselves, add meaning to their action by strengthening their decisions and leading them through the next steps. When we fail to do so, we're not only reducing our conversions, but we're failing our prospects. And most people just don't understand this, and they're worried about spam, and they're worried about so many things. But yeah, your emails don't have to be polished and beautiful, well-designed emails. Mine are completely stripped from design, right? They're just a screenshot of myself with my grandparents. You know that I love writing emails if you've been following me for a while, and my emails are stripped from design. They're just me writing many different types of design, stories and stuff that we need. Now, let me see. If you are writing your email, what I would suggest to do is really, for your first email, you want to make sure that you are asking yourself, what's the motivation behind the action I just took? How can I reflect that back and add more meaning to that action? And what are the next steps this person should take to achieve the outcome? And once you answer those questions, you'll know what to put into the email. In the end of the day, everything starts and ends with a problem that you're trying to solve for people. So you want to do that within your first email. Deliver on your promise, reiterate the problem they're trying to solve, explain why you're the right person for the job, and tell them what to do next. It really is important to send emails. I feel like so many people that I speak to just don't send emails and are worried about sending emails and spamming people. But I definitely want to say that it's so important to follow up with people. And the only way to actually sell and stand out in people's inboxes is to continue showing up. And there's a lot into it. It's not just the first email that you send. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. But when you are really kind of being honest, and you are sharing a meaningful story with people, and you're reflecting back the reason that they signed up, and you're giving them a reason to stay, you're making it about them. Because ultimately, it's always about making it about them, right? Making it about them, their problems, and what they need. That is the key to everything. And that will make sure that you can increase conversions and keep driving sales. So your funnel's performance has a direct impact on your income. Your funnels are the most crucial part, as you know, of the funnel. Your funnels are the most crucial part of your income engine, is what I was trying to say. And they're the only way to engage prospects and get leads. And ultimately, you don't just want any leads. You want good ones, leads that not only convert once on your landing page with a free offer, but leads that convert over and over and over again, become high converting customers or clients, form a relationship with them and yourself. And you want them to be your brand ambassadors. That's what matters most, which means that your funnel's quality has a direct impact on whether your income engine succeeds or not. So you've got to make sure that your funnels are working well and connecting with your prospects. Whether you're setting up a funnel in a matter of hours, or if it takes you weeks and months to put one together, it needs a solid strategy. And you need to follow a step-by-step process, or people will close the tab and look for a different solution over your competitor's site, because that's what matters in the end. People are overwhelmed with information. They're seeing 40,000 messages a day, and they're trying to reduce the noise if we're not making it about them. And if we don't follow a specific strategy, they're just not going to convert. The problem is, though, that not all income engines are the same, and funnels do not have a one-size-fits-all strategy. Yet most of the advice around funnels is so generic. I've never seen anything like it. If you Google funnel strategy, all the articles are really the same. It's incredible. but my team and I, we live and breathe funnels, different types of funnels, and our approach to them has helped us get results like people like Jeff, where we got them an 80% uplift in all onboarding, and we increased their leads by 57% for implementation, or how we helped Wiser increase their signups and their accounts, and we helped Social Media Examiner and Power Up Toys. We did all this by understanding that there is no one size fits all when it comes to funnels. Yet, as I mentioned, most of the advice around funnels, the income engine, is focused on the same generic tactics. All the guides, tutorials, tips on the web are based on someone's opinions or their audience or their, I don't know, content kind of SEO strategy and their link strategy. So you can't really just simply expect to get the best results and create a high converting income engine if you're using tactics that don't focus on your specific business and your specific audience, which is why I kept saying throughout this workshop that what really matters is making it about them, is knowing your audience really well beyond the technical data, but really understanding their problems and their pains and being able to cater to them and actually solve their problems. In order to truly create a high converting funnel and automate your income engine, you need to say goodbye to generic tactics and strategies that don't resonate with your prospect, and instead follow a step-by-step process that's built around your business and your prospects. Something that you can do over and over again. Whenever you need a new funnel, you can or create a new offering, or you're optimizing one of your funnels. Now, this kind of process exists for me because I had to create one, one that I could use again and again and again for myself, for my clients, for my students. And as you know, and I mentioned this at the beginning, because I love showing people exactly how I do stuff and step by step. And I've created this program, the Income Engine, to do exactly that. And that is where a customized program where I teach you step by step how to set up a high converting income engine. And I'm talking about from the research and every single step in the research and all the templates and all the worksheets to put that in place, to creating a landing page from scratch and copy and design and setting it up and launching it. Because I believe that this is the best way, and I've tested it and I've proven it over years that this funnel works so well. And I want as many people as possible using this funnel. Now, it's a live personalized training program, kind of where you create your own income engine. And I'm excited about it because I get to work with you on it live. So you watch videos, but you also get to work live with me on coaching calls. And it's a customized, set it up once and see it perform system. This program was once called Fix My Funnel. And it takes a customized approach to creating an income engine. In 6 weeks, starting this week, I will show you, basically, you'll see your income engine and you'll be able to see, you'll have a funnel that addresses your specific audience and that turns your specific prospects into the customers and leads and sales that you need. Because the reality about funnels is that there's just a lot you need to know about them. You need to know things like how to create ads that grab people's attention from their Facebook timeline, or how to plan and write copy from scratch for an entire landing page, how to choose the right images for each part of the funnel, how to write subject lines, for that people want to actually open, how to use your first email to build trust and sell, how to create landing pages that get people nodding in front of the screen, how to uncover your value proposition so you can stand out in all the competitors, especially if you don't have a ton of money and budget to spend on ads, for example. You don't have time to speculate why your customer's funnel or, your competitors' funnels are beating yours, or why some piece of the funnel isn't working, or spend hours tweaking pieces. You need to learn how to build a high converting funnel now. And that's why during this program, you really get to build and launch an income engine with me and learn the skills to do it again and again. It isn't, self-paced, low touch training that you buy. It's really something that you take on with me for 6 weeks where I help you do it. You get everything that you need to know to build a high-powered funnel. I will get this right. Without drowning in overwhelm and confusion. It covers everything that you need to know. And there's so much built-in implementation. It's a weekly program. And the way it's set up is that it includes my pre-recorded video sessions so that you can basically watch the recordings, learn all the stuff, and they're very short videos. These videos are designed to be practical and actionable. Some of them are just 4 minutes long, to be honest. They dive into just what you need and give you the worksheets and the templates to get started so that you can do that. And we also have live group coaching calls, and that's where you show up, you ask me questions, I deliver, I answer, I give you recommendations, I give you all the information you need. So you're not just wrangling stuff from all over and trying to figure it out yourself. So when you join the Income Engine, you're not left alone to do it. You have me and my team to support you. So you'll meet me for these group coaching calls. These are the dates that they are happening. May 16th, 23rd, June 6th, June 20th. Calls are recorded because we do have some students joining from New Zealand sometimes and from Australia and other places in the world where it doesn't work for them, but they're recorded. Of course, you also get worksheets, checklists, and templates. Templates. God, I mentioned this before. These are my highest converting copywriting templates, headline formulas, call to action button formulas. The spreadsheets that I use to uncover specific clients' unique selling propositions, the tools that I use to analyze customer surveys, landing pages, and all that good stuff. You get weekly exercises and check-ins, which means that each module gets a pack with here's what you need to do, assignments, and things you need to complete. And you get a private Slack community. Basically, the idea is that the Slack community is there for you always, for you to reach out, ask questions, lean on fellow students, but also get real-time feedback from us, because sometimes we don't want to wait until the call. We want to get answers right now. So you get access to me and my team on Slack. So you can ask anything and let us know how you're getting along with the daily task and stuff like that. So the Income Engine really removes any unnecessary steps. It cuts through confusion to give you exactly what you need so you can focus on building your funnel without feeling like you're going around in circle or on a hamster wheel. And there's something else. I've also put together some custom crafted bonuses that will give you everything you need, because once you have a funnel, it's not enough to just okay, great, I have a funnel now. You need stuff. You need things that will actually fuel your funnel. So we have one bonus, which is Leads Unleashed. It's basically my full step process for creating lead magnets. It's basically, I walk you through the exact process for choosing the lead magnet, creating it, and understanding exactly where to share it on your website. We have bonus number 2, which is Be Everywhere. This is really important if you're trying to build your own name and branding, if you want to start speaking, if you want to do guest writing, get on podcasts, if you want to really start building your own brand and become well-known, this is what this bonus covers. We also have the Total Traffic Machine training, which is also led by Christine, who's here in chat, teaching you all the different ways to drive traffic to this funnel, because it's not enough, as I said, to just set it up. We need to drive traffic to it. And finally, we also have the Simply Hit Send email template suite, which is basically ready to deploy emails where you literally just fill in the blanks and send them out. So there's stuff like holiday promotions, webinar launches, special offers, cold outreach, different types of emails that you can just hit send as soon as you get them. And all of that is what you get when you enroll in the Income Engine. So starting today, you'll get short, actionable training videos and add the relevant worksheets and templates that you need to have all of that stuff. You have templates and worksheets and everything to implement that learning. Slack community access, so you get answers to your questions all the time. Group coaching calls every other week, so you can get my eyes on your work, and bonuses that will not only help you automate your Income Engine, but give you all the necessary pieces for scaling. And the reason I say this again is because I feel like, I mean, a lot of courses you sign up and then you're like left to nothing. Like you're taught how to, I don't know, create a course. And then you're like, okay, but how do I actually get students? Or how do I publish this? Or how do I sell this? So I want you to have everything around the funnel. So over the next 6 to 7 weeks, you'll get support from us, from your peers, as we work on optimizing your funnel, turning 2022 into your ROI rocket fuel. And because of the amount of work that's being on this, really, when you enroll in the Income Engine, you get everything for this program, which is all the bonuses, everything for $9.97. And yeah, we also have payment plans, of course, if you want to. You can go to getuplift.co/TIE, which is the Income Engine, to enroll. And to give you an example, Jackie Bernardi has actually taken this course twice, which is amazing. She took the course when it was called Fix My Funnel, did the whole program. And then when I relaunched the program in 2021, she said, I want to join again. I have all the content. I know how to do it, but I love getting on the coaching calls with you. And I also love being able to just have that Slack community and get more feedback from you. So I just want to join again. And that was incredible. Says, one of the best courses I've taken in my 10 years of digital marketing. We have Ho Mainrain, who says the support from Talia and her team analyzing and providing feedback on our work was excellent. It's a privilege teaching these students and really seeing the amazing work that they get to do and the results that they're getting. Melanie Little says, I now have a clear, repeatable process for designing and running high converting funnels. Ultimately, it's incredible to see hundreds of students have taken the Income Engine now, and the results are incredible. And I'm just so proud of it. Really makes me get up in the morning. So maybe to give you a sneak peek of what you're going to learn. So module number 1 is putting the fun in fundamentals. That's what it's called. So it's the foundational module where I help you understand the inner workings of your Income Engine. So before you roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, you'll basically learn exactly why you need a funnel, what doesn't work when building one, why this time it will actually work. And we set goals and we learn the anatomy of your high converting Income Engine, from planning it to mapping it and goal setting, and all that good stuff, so that we have the right foundation. The Research Lab is module number 2, and this is where every high performing income engine really needs this. Okay, it's where we do all the research. You'll enter my personal research lab, and you'll learn and you'll understand what drives your prospect and your customers' decision making. You'll learn how to gather real useful data about your customers and audience, and get a ready-made easy template to do all this research, so you know what your audience really needs and wants to see to convert on your pages. Then we'll get into Insight Incubator. In this module, we actually blast through all the cloudy confusion when it comes to customer research and unpack it all and basically pull all the golden insights. And I'll teach you how to take everything that you have in the research and turn it into usable, easy to understand information, basically owning your unique selling proposition. So module number 4 is the landing page launchpad. That's where we'll uncover and write your value proposition. We will use my 7-step framework for writing a landing page copy that fuels your Income Engine with perfect prospects from the start. And we'll really master the science behind copy formulas and how to write copy, even if you're not a copywriter, which I think, for me, this is one of the biggest parts. I think just learning copywriting formulas, and then you can translate them into social media marketing posts and so on. Really, really great stuff. A fail-proof income engine. So module 5, we whiz through writing up all the key assets for your income engine, meaning the landing, the ad, the thank you pages, the email. We'll learn how to create all this stuff in a meaningful way, how to write a welcome email that reaches through the screen to hug your customer and really build a relationship. In module 6, we'll get the income engine architecture. So basically all the elements that you need to build the actual funnel. We'll talk about funnel landing page design rules. We'll talk about design rules in general and conversion optimization. We'll talk about tech setup, and I'll basically how to track everything and see your results and critique the landing pages and really kind of edit them. So we'll also do a lot of critiquing of your landing pages. And lastly, in module 7, we will roll the funnel out. So in this module, you'll roll the funnel out and know exactly how to edit your funnel for optimal conversions, so you're attracting the best customers. So what to do after, right? After this happens. And you'll be able to use all my bonuses to then drive traffic, build your authority in your industry, create lead magnets and so on, and write emails that convert using all those bonuses. So you can actually join now in the income engine, and you can choose your cash flow friendly option with $97 just from today, or you can do the full pricing, whatever works for you. You can choose either. And when you join in the next 24 hours, you'll also get just kind of the income engine design bundle. So this is in Canva. When you join, I will send you a link to 3 easy to customize lead magnet templates that you can just create beautiful branded templates. So if you're thinking about like a worksheet or a PDF or a guide, I have that for you. All you'll have to do is just like copy and paste stuff into it. And social media Canva templates. So if you can share them on social media everywhere, and they're like beautiful little templates for Instagram, Facebook shares, Twitter shares, and stuff like that. And you get that when you sign up, and you'll know what to write in the PDF, so the customized lead magnets, and you'll know what to write on the social media posts by doing the research in the first and second module. So next steps, go to Get Uplift /TIE, choose the payment plan that works for you, and start working in Income Engine today. Meet me, my team and I in Slack, and meet me for our first group coaching call May 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Very important for me to say, whether you decide to join this program or not, I really hope that you learned a lot from our webinar today and the workshop. And I really look forward to supporting you inside the program or without in another way through my emails or through additional free workshops. That's it from me. Now I want to answer all your questions and just make it about you, I guess.
All right, Talia. So I'm going from the bottom to the top. So Manivanan is asking if the training is recommended for conversion copywriters.
A great question. We actually do have quite a few conversion copywriters join. We teach a lot of the research that you need in order to write high converting copy. And we also have formulas for writing copy. And I think one of the most interesting parts for you as a conversion copywriter will also be learning about design rules. Because I think when I see a lot of conversion copywriters struggle is with, it's not enough to just write the copy. And that will be great. Like you'll learn new formulas and new approaches to it and get some new research methods. But when you're working with a client, you'll be able to not only just send the copy, but also support it with design recommendations. Or if you're looking at a web page and you're thinking, yeah, the copy's good, but the design looks disastrous or it's not working well, you can actually give sound advice to your client and feel more confident in it. So we've had a few conversion copywriters join and say, this was like mind blowing in terms of learning design rules and being able to then communicate that with clients. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Michael is saying your focus is B2B with your business, but this is very B2C. What do you see as the main differences?
So is this about the services? Because obviously for Get Uplift, we actually do a ton of B2B and B2C. We actually have quite a few clients that are e-commerce based, and we do a lot of conversion services for e-commerce, B2C companies and B2B. This whole strategy works for both. So when we're doing B2B stuff, it's kind of, I guess, makes sense, the 4-step funnel. But also with B2C stuff, we've definitely seen a lot of success in it too.
Okay. I hope that answered your question, Michael. If it didn't, then let us know. Sahil,
Yeah.
Next question. Sahil is asking, I need to apply the same for my client. So he's talking about the income engine basically.
Okay.
But he won't be able to share client data. Will the course work for him?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to share client data. You just have to do the work itself. And then if you have questions, then you're welcome to post them in Slack and also get on the coaching calls and ask the questions. You don't have to share who the client is. And you can keep that to yourself for sure.
All right. And earlier, Taron asked, he said that you didn't mention how to make your email stand out from the rest. He was asking you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, sure. There's a couple of things that there's, the idea of using subject lines and pre-header copy, but I also think that for me, one of the things that has worked really well along the years is I write very long copy, and people are always saying that people don't read and don't write long emails, just get to the point. But the feedback I always get is how they feel close to me because they know more about me. Like I share stories about my son or my daughter. I share stories about buying a bike. And I think what really makes it stand out is the value. Every single email I write provides value. And it all goes back to those crucial points I mentioned at the beginning, where you have to know your audience and make it about them. I would in order to stand out, treat every email as you trying to solve a problem, knowing that someone has a problem and then solving it for them within the email. And that is what makes you stand out in a crowded market. That's what makes you stand out in people's inboxes, because you're actually helping them.
All right. So Taron, you can let us know if that helps clarify things. If not, just feel free to ask a question again. Michelle had asked a question much earlier in the presentation. She was asking, would you have a different funnel for different groups of customers?
It depends. I think it depends on your traffic strategy, but essentially I tend to not group people according to like behavioral stuff and more pains. So if the pains that you're addressing and you're trying to solve are very different than others, then you can create landing pages across pains. So, and then address each one. But for like the Power Up Toys example is where two very different types of customers that are coming to the same website and seeing the same products, but we're positioning messaging for both. So you can do either. It just depends on who you want to cater. It just depends on your resources and how much traffic you have, and if you want to divide them or not.
Okay. And someone was asking, what's the difference between emotion, sales, and TIE, income engine?
I've been getting that a lot today because I kind of pre-launched it to people on the wait list, because a lot of people have been waiting for the income engine. Emotion Sells is the course where I teach how to understand the emotions behind people's purchases and the emotional triggers. And I get into conversion optimization in general. We talk about website optimization, email optimization. We talk about the strategy behind optimization. And a lot of it is about emotion. So the whole thing is about understanding people's emotional triggers and what makes them buy. The income engine is a very tactical, build this now, have it forever course. It's not that Emotion Cells isn't tactical, it's very actionable. And I can tell that there's quite a few people here who have taken Emotion Cells in here. That you, it's just a different kind of thing. It's where you're building your strategy from scratch and you're learning the emotional triggers of your customers and you're identifying different things. You're doing more robust research, and the income engine is very specific to one funnel. Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully that helps. If it didn't, let us know. And there was only one other question, which was whether this particular workshop would have handouts and downloads.
This particular one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sending the replay of it, and I will be sending out my questions that I love asking for surveys, because I know that a lot of people want to know those. So yeah.
Okay. Are there any other questions, everyone? Most people have left. Are there any other questions? Taron, was your question answered? Okay. Okay.
Cool. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope that you enjoyed this webinar and learned lots from it. Whether you join or not, loved, and thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again in my emails or in my next workshop. Thank you, everyone. Bye.